Bruce, a young boy full of excitement, had his heart set on a new Batmobile toy. He eagerly asked his mom, hoping she'd say yes. "Mom, I want the new Batmobile toy, which is $100. Mom said, "I know you really want it, but it's too expensive. We just can't afford $100 for a toy right now." Bruce said, "But I've been good. And I have got good grades too." Mom said, "I understand, but we have to prioritize other things. Maybe when we can afford it, but not right now." Bruce stormed off to his room, feeling upset but determined. Decided to buy the toy by himself. A month passed. Bruce had been working hard, saving his allowance and even selling some of his old toys. Now Bruce counted the money, a satisfied smile forming on his face. Bruce said to himself, "So that's $60. I'm getting closer. I just need a bit more." One day, Bruce went to the grocery store. After shopping, the cashier accidentally gave Bruce $100 in change instead of $10. Uncle White said, "Here you go, Bruce. That should be your change." Bruce didn't notice right away, but when he looked at the money in his hands, he was shocked. Bruce thinking to himself, "Wait a second. This isn't right. I got $100 instead of $10. This is way more than I need. I could get the Batmobile and still have some left over." Bruce felt a mix of excitement and guilt. This was his chance to finally get what he wanted, but something inside him told him to be careful. As Bruce stood there, holding the extra $100, he began to feel uneasy. Just as he was about to make up his mind about what to do, he noticed his best friend, Erwin, sitting on a bench outside the grocery store, looking downhearted. Bruce approached him with concern. Bruce went near him and asked, "Hey, Erwin, what's wrong?" Erwin said, "I'm not going on the school trip. My parents said we just can't afford the $60 for it right now. But it's okay, you go and have fun." Bruce's heart sank as he realized that his friend was missing out on something important because of money. Bruce said, "Erwin, I want you to have this. Take the $60 so you can go on the trip." Erwin replied, "No, Bruce. I know you've been saving for that toy for so long. Don't give it up for me." Bruce looked down at the $100 in his hand, a sudden thought crossing his mind. He smiled and pulled out the cash. Bruce laughingly said, "Actually, I got lucky today. The cashier gave me $100 instead of $10. So now I have enough for the Batmobile and I still have extra money." Erwin looked both surprised and grateful. Erwin paused for a moment and said, "You know, Bruce, people always want something. You want that toy, I want to go on the trip. But Mr. White might have wanted something too. Imagine him missing out on something because of us." Bruce froze. Erwin's words made him stop and think more deeply. It wasn't just about him or Erwin. What if Mr. White needed that money for something important? Bruce realized and said, "You're right, Erwin. I need to do the right thing." Bruce smiled and said, "I'm going to return the money. You can take the $60 for the trip." Erwin replied, "No, Bruce, you are almost there. You can save some more and buy the Batmobile." Bruce said, "As you said, Erwin, people always want something, and I want you to come with me on the trip. You coming on the trip with us is more important to me than anything." Erwin smiled and said, "Thank you, my friend." With his decision made, Bruce walked back to the store, the weight of the $100 in his pocket feeling heavier with each step. He reached the counter, where Uncle White was still working. Bruce said, "Excuse me, Mr. White, I got too much change earlier. I want to return it." Mr. White looked at him with a warm smile, impressed by his honesty. Mr. White smilingly said, "You did the right thing, Bruce. When you do good, the universe has a way of rewarding you. I'm proud of you." Bruce felt a wave of relief. He knew he had made the right decision. As Bruce walked out of the store, his heart felt light. He might not have gotten the Batmobile, but he had done something far more meaningful. He had chosen to help his friend and do what was right, even when it wasn't easy. Sometimes, the best things in life are the ones we give, not the ones we get.